Hi, I'm Faith McCann, and I've been a witch for over 40 years. And no, we are not evil. Learn more about the magical world and how the magical world affects your world right here on The Magical Alternative. And you don't have to be a witch to watch. Love and faith, hopes and dreams, no matter the heartaches, the worries I've seen. Love is a power greater than me. It fills our souls, fulfills our needs, it hears our cries, it quiets the screams. Love is a power greater than me. Can we be better tomorrow than we were yesterday? Will we feel it before it's too late? Will our better angels show us the way? Show us the way. A kaleidoscope of many lives, of smiles and whispers and beautiful eyes. Love is a power greater than time. The fantasy becomes all mine, the world around begins to shine. Love is a power greater than time. Can we be better tomorrow than we were yesterday? Will we feel it before it's too late? Will our better angels show us the way? Show us the way. The past is over, I'm now alone. The future is close and I'm on my own. Over the threshold into the unknown. Love and faith, hopes and dreams, we pick up the pieces, it's not as it seems. Love is a power greater than me. Love's a fantasy, a perfect pretend, memories from beginning to end. Love is a garden we always must tend. Can we be better tomorrow than we were yesterday? Will we feel it before it's too late? Will our better angels show us the way? Show us the way. Show us the way. And hello, magical ones. Welcome to the Magical Alternative. I'm your host, Faith McCann. And hello, crew to the Magical Alternative. Welcome to October. Tonight we have a super packed show for you. November Sound is off tonight, out haunting someplace spooky. And we have so many guests for you. We simply wouldn't have time in this hour to fit in everything. So we look forward to November Sound being back in November. How apropos. We have in studio tonight two amazing guests, Ms. Brittany Brown, also known as the Wandering Witch, and the founder of the Facebook group Witches of Connecticut. We have from Hartford's very own Mark Twain House and Museum, Mallory Howard to tantalize us with stories about the hauntings of the Mark Twain house, spiritualism, and ghost tours held there. Here in southern New England, the season is already turning. There's a crisp tinge in the air, and I bet you've already been caught at least behind one school bus already. Now, it's very important to wait, never pass a school bus. And when you find yourself behind a school bus, it is always an opportunity to wait, take a deep breath, say namaste, namaste, namaste. What does namaste mean? I don't know what namaste means. I don't think anyone knows what namaste means, but try it. It makes you feel better. It's kind of weird. But visualize your day or your evening if you're coming home. It's an opportunity to just visualize everything going really good that day or that evening, and make sure everyone's going to get to their destination safely. That's most important. And of course, everyone is posting those photos on social media with the little ones going off to their first day of school. Be honest, parents, when are you going to post the real photos after the kids are off to school photos? Photos of parents falling asleep during The Price is Right. Maybe parents toasting with other neighborhood parents with Chardonnay photos. Oops, giving away some secrets, but it is 10 o'clock at night, so it's okay. Little ones should be asleep by now. Oh, it's 10 o'clock at night. Do you want to know where your children are? Of course you do. Of course you do. Did you hear the great state of Connecticut just made Diwali an official state holiday? And this is a holiday that was just made official in August of 2025 for the 30,000 Hindus in our state. Give a round of applause. And we only have two, that was good, that was great. We have an actual audience tonight, which is awesome. We have two recognized religious holidays in our state, Good Friday and Diwali. I looked it up. Christmas is actually considered a federal and thus a state holiday. It doesn't really fall under religious, which is kind of interesting. And I'm curious, because I have Jewish ancestry on my mother's side. That's important. If it's on your mother's side, you're in. So I looked it up because I wanted to know, not why them, but why not others, such as my Jewish friends and family. Connecticut has 130,000 Jewish citizens in our lovely state. And one of our good friends, Edie, who is our stage manager. Hi, Edie.
Hello, Miss Faye.
Now, as far as Jewish holidays, I did look it up, and we do not have any official Jewish holidays in the state of Connecticut. Now, you're like super officially Jewish, right? I mean, your dad was a rabbi. That's like being stamped kosher, isn't it? Like super.
Oh, you couldn't keep kosher in Kentucky in the 60s and 70s. They didn't even know what a bagel was until Lender's came out with the frozen ones.
Oh, really? So you come from Kentucky.
Yeah.
You told me that. Came to Connecticut. And that's why I looked up to see if there was any Jewish holidays, because when I found out there wasn't, I felt really bad, kind of like I invited my friend to my house and I didn't have any bundt cake. It's like I try to pride myself on being a good hostess, and it's just, so I thought, what do you think of this, Edie? We should have one day a month for everyone in our state, one day a month, for the workplace, your community, your schools, clubs, organizations, for their holiday, for their people to be celebrated. You might have to lose your weekends, but that's my proposal. So, but unlike Good Friday or Diwali, I'm not suggesting we have as Wiccans an official holiday, as everyone celebrates Halloween, the holiday of the witches. And we love this. Even if you shut off your lights and say, I'm not recognizing your Halloween, bah humbug. No candy for the children. Do Do you do that? You are still recognizing it in your own special way. So, how do witches celebrate? Do you imagine we are dancing naked under a full moon? Oh, some of you naughty. No. We celebrate in a lot of different ways. Now, it is our Day of the Dead. We call it Samhain, Halloween. Most people also have a Day of the Dead, Memorial Day. Christians have a Mass on the anniversary of a loved one's death anniversary, some Christian beliefs. Our Samhain, pronounced Samhain, starts at sunset on October 31st and goes to sunset on November 1st. It also marks our first day of winter. I know, our winter goes from November 1st to May 1st, 6 months. But when May 1st starts our summer, everyone else is waiting until the middle of June. So we're having a good time. And it also marks our first day of the new year. It's a busy day indeed. So Halloween gets its name, though, from the early Christians. Samhain originated in a tiny village in Ireland thousands and thousands of years ago. And when the early Catholics overtook Europe, along with the British Isles, they also overtook the pagan calendar, turning Yuletide into Christmas, Ostara into Easter, and Samhain into a 3-day fasting mass called Hallows Mass. November 1st was All Hallows Mass, which was dedicated to all the saints that they worshipped at the time. The day before All Hallows Mass was October 31st, so it was All Hallows Eve. And the day after, they prayed for everyone who is not a saint, and it became All Souls Day. So it became one big holiday of 3 days where they fasted and prayed and suffered, and it wasn't fun. Unlike us, we tend to celebrate with a service or maybe a rite or a ritual. We love feasting. And though we remember those who have passed on, the life of children and trick-or-treating personally gives me joy. Some of us celebrate with a dumb supper, which we invite people over. We sit around a table, we eat. Theoretically, no one speaks. I have been invited to dumb suppers. They've never been a success. Pagans like to talk as much as we like to eat. Everybody's in the kitchen, kibitzen. I used to want to eat these words. Many go to a witchy location such as Salem or a local spooky event to get their ghost on. So that's a little bit about how we celebrate Halloween, and we're going to be talking to our guests in just a minute, but stick around. A bit later, I'll tell you about a local haunted history tour I'll be conducting later this month, and you still have time to get tickets. Thank you. Welcome back, and tonight my guest is Brittany Brown, also known as the Wandering Witch. Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, and I see that the Witches of Connecticut, that's your Facebook page.
Yes.
And that you started it.
I did, yeah.
Now, I noticed when I was looking at it, because I've been a member now for a while, but it was created on December 25th. Sounds like there's a story there.
There is a story, of course. It's nothing juicy, so don't get too excited. But I'd still like to share.
Yes, please.
So I had been really searching for community and just like real physical sisterhood. So my first thought was join a coven, right? So I've been following like a pagan lifestyle as long as I can remember. And I've been solo for so long, and I've only been seriously learning and practicing for about 6 years now.
Okay.
So I was craving more. So I made a post on a very large Facebook group, a witchcraft Facebook group. I don't remember which one, but I made a post asking how to find a coven because I have no idea. How do you do that? I don't know. But I got a lot of really great answers, but what I got more was other witches also searching for the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was so many that were just craving like this physical community. So soon there were like dozens of like comment threads of just like different states and different areas, just like looking for other people. And somebody suggested starting a Facebook group. So being the Leo that I am, I started the Witches of Connecticut. And here we are.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have recommended to so many people myself, just, go online and either search or, it seems like every neighborhood, every street has their own little Facebook. Cedar Street Facebook group, or whatever street they live on. It's just not my street, but just a random street that came to mind. And it's like, just start one. I've told people, if you're a witch or a pagan that likes, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons on a Tuesday night, just start your own group. You're going to find people
Yes.
that are like-minded. And, you are much younger than me. We didn't have computers. We didn't have social media when I was starting 40 years ago. So it was like trying to find people and meeting up in sketchy places. And it's so much easier now, I would think. So are you happy with what's that? You almost have 2,000 people already, and it's only been around, what, a couple of years?
Yeah, a couple years. I mean, the group is great. I've tried really hard to keep, all of the drama out of the group, and I think I've done a pretty good job.
I've noticed that. Yeah, I have noticed that. You're good.
Yeah, so that's really hard to do in a big Facebook group. So
So has it toughened you up a little bit?
a little bit. It's got me more like bold and more outspoken, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Has your initial motivation remained?
So the motivation was to have physical gatherings, if you will. So to meet up physically, in the initial run of the group, I intended to meet at least once a month. And just to be like an overall resource for like the witches in Connecticut to find a community.
Yes.
And I think that it's doing that.
Are you meeting up once a month?
So initially we did, and I do think that it's changed a little bit, and not for the bad, but when I first started the group, I felt like I had to make a bunch of events, right? And all over Connecticut, and just be like this mega witch, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it burnt me out. So I took a step back and I realized that I can't be everywhere and I can't, be everyone. So I reevaluated what I wanted the group to be, and it came down to just, I wanted to be a resource for helping people find their people. And I encourage the witches to reach out to people in their community and to seek different places where they can hang out. And it's going great. I've got like a few groups that meet regularly. We just had a big meetup in Hubbard Park. That's in Torrington.
Okay, I've heard of it. Yeah.
But and then
How many people showed up?
I think there was like at least a dozen, which is really
That's great.
cool.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It's been like a slow and steady kind of process. It's taken a while for people to kind of warm up. I think that a lot of people are doing this solo. And I think that it's hard to go from being a solitary witch to being with a group. But like I said, we have the few that meet up regularly. And I think that's super cool. Like that, I'm so proud of all of the witches that come out of their comfort zone and they're just thriving. They're thriving. And it makes me like, I have goosebumps. It makes me so happy.
That's awesome.
And that's everything that I wanted the group to be. So it is.
Oh, I
yes,
love it.
So good.
Now, I've seen, not necessarily on your page, but I tend to, I find social media fascinating. I just do. I'm from the era of psychological social experiments back in the 80s, 90s. We used to do that in psych classes. And that's what I think social media really is to me, is just a social experiment. And so I notice on a lot of Witch pages, people trying to meet up at their personal homes.
Yes.
What do you recommend about that?
So I think that if you're open to people being at your house, especially people that you don't necessarily know, I think there are ways to kind of protect your energy, and I do encourage that. I have had meetings at my house, but I don't usually let people come into my house.
Oh, I see.
I think
Like
that it's
outside or?
yeah, I think that it's important to know where you're going, and obviously just be aware of your surroundings. Not everybody has the best intentions, and you definitely have to make sure that you're protected and maybe people know where your location is.
Yeah. Oh,
Sometimes it's sketchy.
Yeah.
But I do invite a lot of people over to my house. And
That you've already met.
yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes I have not met them physically, but usually I do talk to everybody that is going to come to my house.
I see. Do you have other people like give references or?
I don't
Oh,
personally
you're
do that.
brave. Oh, yeah. No.
My partner does scold me a little bit for
Yeah.
that, but
I agree with your partner. I was a martial arts instructor for a long time, so I tend to be. But then again, having said what you said, I mean, I do have a public store that anyone can walk in at any time. So I'm right out in the open too. So yeah, it really is. 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
that's true.
Yeah, and I own the building. It's not like I can just, stop paying rent and move. It's like that is my place. So, yeah, I think we do have to be a little bit brave when we go out there. But like you said, protecting yourself, even, energetically and kind of feeling people. And I think after all of this time, you can probably sense people that have good intentions as opposed to people that don't.
I feel like I'm a good judge of that kind of character, but
Yeah, I need to have you
I've
come-
been wrong before, but
You need to come and hang out with me more often because I try to be a good judge of character, but every now and then I tend to be more too trusting, I think. I want to believe the best in people, and then it's like, again. So that's great. So you said you've been out in the public for 6 years.
yeah, about 6 years. Yeah.
So when did you first start practicing?
So when I was a child, I was always interested in kind of like magical things, and I've always read these kind of books, and I've had manuscripts and manuals and things like that. But I'm a '90s baby, and that was very not cool.
Oh,
So-
really? Okay.
So
So what was like the first magical movie, something that really influenced you as a child?
oh goodness. Well, I guess I grew up watching The Craft, so as like
okay.
many of us have, and that was kind of like this is really cool. And my mom actually used to bring us to Salem, Mass.
Okay, yeah,
every year around Samhain.
Wow.
And
That's
that was really crazy to bring kids there. I would never bring my kids there.
well, now it's between 2 and 3 million people in
Yeah,
October.
it's absolutely insane. But
2 and
she's-
3 million people in October.
it's
Yeah. Wow. So The Craft.
Yeah, that was a pivotal movie for a lot of us. I feel
I
like
think I just saw it.
did just now, like for the
Just,
first time.
I think I just saw it a couple months ago. Well, I think it's going to be a question I have to ask people to figure out what generation they're from, because I grew up with The Wizard of Oz and Bewitched.
Okay,
The original
I watched those
Bewitched.
too, yeah.
Yeah, so I never saw really anything past that. Like I've never seen Charmed, I've never seen Supernatural, I've never seen The Craft. I just saw because it was suggested I at least watch it because somebody had a question about it.
Did you see the original one or the newer
The
one?
original one.
The new one's pretty good too.
Is the new one
Yeah.
good? Oh, I'll have to watch it. You know, the original one, because someone had a question about some of the magic in there, and I'm like,
It's a little.
Yeah, the karma kind of worked the way it's supposed to at the end. But yeah, very interesting. And so you started as a child, so you always knew. So many of us do.
Yeah, I mean, making potions in my backyard
Yes.
and talking to animals and
Yeah.
all of that, you know, those kid things that you do. And then you grow up and you realize, like, maybe this is a little bit more than that. But yeah, so I would say,
So when did you start using the word witch?
I would say probably around 6 or so years ago. I started kind of on like a self-healing journey. I have some like childhood trauma that I was working through. And when I was looking into healing, this is kind of the path that all of my research kind of like led me to. And the more that I read about it and the more that I learned about it, the more that I resonated and knew that I was already kind of living this lifestyle.
Oh, that's great. So what is your family? You got a family? What's
I do.
happening at home?
I have a husband and
great.
3 kids.
All right. Wow.
All of my kids are little mini witches too. They don't know it yet, but they are. They
Yeah.
do all of the magical things. My husband is super, super supportive.
Oh, that's great.
Actually, recently he went on a job interview, and I made him a little potion,
Yes.
like spell bottle, a little good luck one. And I was like, here, put this in your pocket. And he got the job, obviously because of the
Very
spell
good.
bottle.
Yes, obviously.
So
Obviously.
he's, you know,
He was totally unqualified, but he got the
yeah. No, he wasn't. No, he was
Just joking.
super qualified.
Yes, of course.
But he's more of a, yeah, I mean, maybe it works. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's
well,
not.
it was nice of him to take it with him.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
that's
did.
very cool. And that's the best part about having a supportive partner.
Yes.
Oh, very cool. So what do you have? And your 3 kids, little ones?
Yes. So I have a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's busy. So.
Yeah.
And what do you have planned for Samhain?
So
How do you celebrate, especially with little ones in the home?
my kids still go trick or treating. They love trick or treating.
That's so important.
We have a big dinner, a big feast. We have a fire outside.
It's not a dumb supper, is it?
It is not. There is no such thing at my house.
Silence. And a big fire, you
Yeah,
said?
we have a big
Yeah.
like, bonfire outside. My kids are allowed to stay up extra late.
Oh, that's so cool.
But this year, besides all of that, I'm also hosting a festival.
Oh, tell us more.
So this is my first time hosting like a big event, and I'm super excited about it.
I'm getting chills. This is great.
Yeah. So I was going to host like a small kind of gathering at my house. And then it turned into much bigger than what it could be. So I'm working with the Tree Trail Adventures in Mystic.
Okay.
They do like a ropes course kind of thing, and they're letting me host my festival there.
Okay.
So it's going to be a bunch of vendors. I'm going to have some tarot readers. I have a bone thrower, which I've never experienced
Wow,
before, which I
okay.
think is really cool.
Yeah.
And then we've got
seen that.
some entertainers. I've got a belly dancer. Wow. And then I'm going to be I'm going to be leading a community kind of ritual, nothing too serious because some
Yes.
people are iffy
Yeah.
about that. It'll be open to the public, free admission.
Oh, really?
So
Nice.
Yeah, so it's
Do
gonna
they
be-
have to like do the rope course?
No. I mean, they can if they
I
want
will
to.
pass on that. Now, is this going to be on Samhain night?
It is going to be November 1st.
Oh.
I still have to take my kids trick-or-treating.
Yes. You know what? That's so important. So this is going to be on Saturday.
Yes,
No,
Saturday,
yeah,
November
Saturday.
1st.
Oh, that's
from
perfect.
4 to 8 p.m.
4 to 8 p.m. Oh, writing that down. I like that. And that's going to be held where?
At the Tree Trails in Mystic.
In
Tree
Mystic,
Trails Adventures.
Mystic, Connecticut.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. And it's free admission.
Yes.
And and anyone can go. You don't have to be a witch to go. You
don't have to be.
Is it open for children or
Yeah, it
just
should be. It'll be family friendly. Bring your kids. My kids will probably be there.
That sounds so much fun. Is it outdoor?
Yes, outside.
This sounds like so much fun.
It's going to be fun. I'm super excited about it.
I'm
I've been
super
working
excited.
so hard. I haven't I've never done this before.
Yes.
So
Well, I would love to be there. I'm going to
would
put
love
that
for you
down.
to come.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm definitely going to make plans to be there. So
awesome. Thank you.
yes. Oh, wow. This is so great. Well, thank you, Brittany, for showing up. Well, I wish you all success. And I highly recommend you check out the Witches of Connecticut Facebook page. It is a private page, so you have to kind of answer the questions.
Yes.
And be kind and be nice and join a really awesome community. I think some of my students recommended it to me. It could have been Edie who recommended it to me. She's in everything. She's got a finger in all those pies. So I became a member a couple of years ago, and I really like it. I really do. I found it to be a very cool group of people. Everybody seems to be really kind and supportive. Not a real lot of, wet blankets there, and I really like that. We have enough of that out there, and having a supportive group and having a strong, admin is really important. So now you know a little bit of what my job is like. So, well, thank you so much. Thank you, Brittany,
you
for
so
being here, The
much.
Wandering Witch. Check out the Witches of Connecticut Facebook page. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's great. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Hi, I'm Faith McCann, the host of The Magical Alternative. I really hope you've been enjoying our show. Have you checked out the other interesting, entertaining, and informative shows here at Community Voice Channel? Local government, religion, and entertainment right here in your home or on your personal digital device. Well, public access television is in danger of being canceled. I know, that's right. Government funding is being cut, and we want to continue giving you the shows that you enjoy. You can show your support by scanning this QR code with your smartphone and make any size donation. All donations go to keep your favorite shows coming to you every month. We thank you for your support. Well, welcome back. And I'm so excited to introduce you to my next guest, Assistant Curator of the Mark Twain House and Museum right here in Hartford, Connecticut. I'd like to introduce you to Mallory Howard.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Welcome to
Excited.
the Magical Alternative.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it. Tell
Yes.
us the truth. Is the Mark Twain house haunted?
I think it is.
It is. And is it Mark Twain himself or Samuel Clemens that is haunting it?
We believe that one of the spirits is Samuel Clemens. 'Cause
Tell us
We have had things happen that might involve him. The biggest one is several times we've had the fire department called in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh.
And they come in, security from Twain meets them. They go to the basement, check the alarm panel. It says that there's a smoke alarm in the billiard room is going off. So everyone runs up to the billiard room, and of course they go in the room, no fire. But one of the firefighters said, "Does anyone else smell cigar smoke?" And they all in the room had this very strong stench of cigars. And he used to smoke 20 to 40 a day in his prime.
My.
So a pretty heavy smoker. So no explanation, of what could have set the alarm off and any of that stuff. So that's a definite Twain haunting that we think or experience. We also believe their butler, George Griffin, has had some things happen there that we think might be him. And then Susie, which was Mark Twain's oldest daughter, she died in the house.
Oh, yes.
And so she is another one of the spirits that a lot of people see. She's probably the one that people see the most.
Ah, I see. Oh,
Yes.
my goodness, that's crazy.
Yes.
So have you seen or had any experiences
I
yourself?
have.
Oh, tell us.
So it was years ago, and I was giving a tour, and we were in the drawing room, and I was talking to my group, and we have photographs, so we introduce each of the family members to the group. And so I was actually introducing Susie with her photo, and as I was talking, I saw a head go by the glass, because the drawing room is separated from the front hall by a pane of glass, essentially. And I saw a head go by and I thought, well, someone must have gotten loose from a tour. I have to make sure that they get back where they're supposed to go.
Yes.
And so I saw the movement continue and I kind of tracked them with my eyes. And then I turned to confront them, which was in the dining room. And I saw the apparition of a woman, like the flow of her nightgown I saw, her hair was swept up. And she walked through into the kitchen area. And I
Just
completely
getting a
froze.
sandwich?
Yeah, it must have been something like that, late night snack.
Wow.
But my whole body froze. I started shaking.
Yeah.
People had to come up and ask if I was okay. And I just said,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I just zoned out for a minute.
Yeah.
And then I talked to a colleague, and he had seen the same thing on a different part of the house. So the same woman kind of wandering around. And Susie, we know, had spinal meningitis. She was 24 when she died.
Okay.
Her family was on a worldwide lecture tour, so she remained behind with her sister, and they came to Hartford to visit some friends, and were going to reunite with the rest of the family in England on the tour, but she came down with the spinal meningitis. They thought she'd recover. Her mother and sister immediately got on board to head back to be with her. Yeah. And when they were about halfway across the ocean, back in England, Mark Twain got a telegram that says Susie was peacefully released today. And so she had died. But when she was sick, she had gotten a fever, and she was known to wander around the house. And she would sing songs like the trolley cars go up the street for Mark Twain's daughter. She started doing these, we call them kind of delirious scribbles.
Yeah.
And then she eventually went blind and then died. So, yeah, a pretty intense story, very tragic for him, obviously, and the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
But it kind of connects with what the experiences have been that people have had in the house.
Oh, my goodness. That's incredible.
Yes.
Wow. So have you ever had any mediums or psychics come in?
We've had Lorraine Warren years ago.
Okay.
She believes she felt Susie's presence in Sam and Olivia's bedroom, because we're not sure what room she died in. That could have been one. Other than that, we've had investigations done. So we had Ghost Hunters, the television show, come a few times.
Yes.
So they have had experiences, but we just have a bunch of different people come and have, whether it's technology or whether it's mediums, experience different things in the house.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had a really good experience.
Yes,
so
definitely.
You got to write that one down.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness, that is so great.
Yeah.
So, and what about ghost tours?
Yeah, so we started doing, they're called graveyard shift tours.
Oh, okay.
And so we talk, of course, about experiences that people have had in the house. So there's obviously a lot more than apparitions. We've had people who have heard muttering, talking, and whispering in another room when no one's there. We've had people who were alone in the house, staff, and then doors would close with no explanation. We've had women in the library, their jewelry and watches fall off inexplicably. So there's lots of things to talk about as far as experiences and as far as what evidence from ghost hunters they caught. But we also talk a lot about spiritualism and the Clemenses tie to it and things of that nature. So it's a little bit of entertainment when you're talking about the show, when you're bringing that element, but also we're keeping it where you're learning history and we're learning about that sort of thing as well. And so I think a lot of people are surprised how much they walk away with.
Oh, yeah. With Mark Twain and his wife, did they practice spiritualism themselves? Because that was popular at the time.
It was, yeah, it really took off after the Civil War
Yes.
because of how many people lost their lives.
And Abraham Lincoln's widow
Yes.
was.
Mary Todd was very
Yeah.
into spiritualism.
So the Clemenses themselves didn't practice.
No. But one of their neighbors did. So they actually, the neighborhood that they lived in Hartford was called Nook Farm.
Yeah.
It was considered very progressive. You had a lot of other literary figures living there, including Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Oh, yes, yes. that's
Her sister, Isabella Beecher Hooker, lived down the street, and she was a spiritualist.
Oh,
And she was also very involved in the women's suffrage movement, they're tied together.
yeah.
And so she actually was told by the spirits that she was, in one year, I think it was 1876, that she was going to be made ruler of the universe at midnight. So she decided to throw a party, which who wouldn't? And
Who wouldn't?
Exactly. And the Clemenses attended. And
That's amazing.
she had mediums over the house ready to go at midnight. And of course, midnight happened and didn't appear she became leader of the universe, but you never know. And for a long time, we actually have letters where she tried to convince Mark Twain or Sam Clemens to become a spiritualist, but he never did. He really fluctuated throughout his life of being a believer and not. When he was young, a very young man in the 1860s, he actually went to San Francisco, and part of his job was to attend seances.
Really?
And he was supposed to figure out who was a fraud and who wasn't.
Ah.
And so he would go, and sometimes he'd sit there and he'd go, I just don't know how they're doing it, how they're pulling this off. They must have tricked me. And so he wrote about those experiences. And
He's a skeptic.
he was a skeptic. But then when he had his own personal tragedies, the first one really being his brother, his younger brother Henry, that he had a dream about what happened to him. So he thought he had a sort of this mind power, this gift given to him.
Yes.
And then a lot of other tragedy, unfortunately, followed him. And so he really wanted to believe. Livy, his wife, even brought him to a medium in London to try to connect to Susie. They brought a brooch, I think, of hers. But unfortunately, none of the answers connected with them. So he was very frustrated by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he seemed like he was very much pragmatic about a lot of this stuff, and if anyone would be a skeptic. And I don't know about ghost hunters today, but the original ghost hunters that started to come out, maybe a few decades ago, that was their whole purpose, was to try to debunk
Right.
the frauds.
Yes.
So it sounds like he was an original ghost hunter.
Exactly.
Is it real? Is it not? Did he ever write, Samuel Clemens, about any events that he witnessed that he felt were real?
So the story that comes to mind is the one I just mentioned about his younger brother.
Yeah.
He had a dream about his brother's death before it happened.
Before it happened.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Yeah, so he was a riverboat pilot. That was what he really wanted to do, Mark Twain, Sam Clemens. And he was able to get his younger brother, Henry, a job on the boat he was on.
Oh.
So Henry joined them. And unfortunately, at some point during the journey, the captain offended Henry in some way. And Sam was not happy about that. They got into a fight. And Sam was told he had to leave the boat. So he did. And Henry offered to go with him, and Sam said, no, you remain behind, you got to learn the river. And so he did, and Sam went into town. He had a dream, and in the dream, he walked into a makeshift morgue.
Oh.
And Henry was in a casket set up on 2 chairs. And he went over and looked at him, and Henry was wearing one of Sam's own suits. And there was also a bouquet of white roses with 1 red rose in the middle on Henry's chest.
Oh, my.
So he woke up and didn't know if it was real or not, was very upset by this dream, obviously.
It's a very specific dream.
Exactly, and sort of had to calm himself down and realize, he had been sleeping. And I think just a few days later, the boat that Henry remained on, the Pennsylvania, its boilers exploded.
Oh, my.
And so 150 people were killed and injured. And Henry's lungs were scalded from breathing the heat in. But he was alive. They brought him to Memphis, and Sam immediately made it there just in time to sort of pay his last respects, and then Henry unfortunately died.
Oh, my goodness.
And when Sam went to go see him a final time, when he walked into the room, Henry was in a casket set up by 2 chairs, just he had seen in the dream. He didn't realize it, but Henry had stolen a pair of his clothes, so he was wearing his clothes. But there were no flowers. So as Sam turns to leave, he sort of bumps into a nurse that's walking in the room. And she walks over to Henry's body, and she places a bouquet of white roses with 1 red rose in the middle on his chest, just exactly as Sam had seen in his dream.
And he wrote this.
Yes.
He wrote about this.
Yes, and he thought, I have this mind power. Later in life, he joined the Society for Psychical Research.
Really?
Yes. So
Is that the one in Canada?
London.
London, okay.
So he was definitely open to the possibility of having things like mental telepathy and mind powers and things of that nature, but he definitely went back and forth. It was a common theme of him really dedicating himself to it and thinking there could be something with this, and then sort of backtracking. So it's very interesting to see how he goes about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I was at the museum, Mark Twain Museum. You had an entire exhibit upstairs of the Ouija boards
Yes.
and the different talking boards. That was phenomenal.
Yes,
That was really, really lovely.
One of my favorite stories to do with Ouija boards is after Mark Twain had died, years after it, this woman came forward saying that she spoke to Mark Twain through a Ouija board, and he had dictated a new book to her called Jap Heron. And so she wrote it down. She partnered with another person, and so they wrote this book of Twain's From Beyond the Grave, and they went to publish it. And Clara Clemens, who is Twain's middle surviving daughter, she was able to stop them from publishing it.
Really?
And so they were going to sue them because they were like, she's like, there's no way my father's writing this book from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
And so they were able to stop it from being published, but we do have it in existence, so we know how it was written. And from what I could tell, it is not very well written. So I don't believe Mark Twain contacted them and wrote a book from the grave, but you never know.
I actually think now that we have the computer technology that you can, actually put in segments of it and it can tell. I mean, I think college professors do that now to make sure kids aren't using ChatGPT. So is this really, John,
Exactly.
Jones's writing or not? So I think they could maybe check that.
Yeah, we might have to try that.
That's interesting. That's really interesting, but I'm kind of glad they didn't.
I am too.
Because they were going to try to say he wrote it, not themselves.
Right. That he dictated the book through them. But
No.
he was the author.
We have enough. I think we have exactly what he was supposed to leave us with. So this has been great. Do you have anything planned at the Mark Twain House Museum for the upcoming season?
Yeah, so our graveyard shift tours are really our bread and butter of this time of year.
And you say graveyard shift. So what does that consist of? Like getting there at midnight?
No, so usually the tours start at like 6.
Okay. Phew.
We don't want to keep us up too late. We want to meet the ghosts and then kind of go home at a decent time. But they start around 6 and they're every hour or so for a few hours. They usually sell out very quickly.
Okay.
So I encourage people to visit our website if they want to get tickets, which is marktwainhouse.org.
Oh, we can put that right up here.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
And then we'll have some writing classes this fall with different themes.
Writing?
Yes.
Actual
writing classes, workshops. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Yes. And who conducts do you have a professional author or professors or how does?
So it's headed by Erin Bartram, who's our director of education.
Okay.
So she works with writers and authors that are local, and they'll come in based on the theme of whatever topic it is and kind of lead a group through it.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun. Yes. I would be interested in that myself. There's so many good things happening. This is so great. So, okay, and that is the Mark Twain, what is the address again?
marktwainhouse.org.
marktwainhouse.org.
Yes.
Okay, please check that out, everyone. I'm loving these graveyard shift tours. And how long does a tour take?
Usually a little over an hour, so you can come in advance. We actually show one of the episodes of Ghost Hunters, so people can get ready for the tour and see some of the things they found.
And this is for adults only?
No, kids can come.
Kids can come
we
too?
usually recommend 13 and older.
Okay, yeah.
But kids can come.
Nobody's jumping out from behind the banisters?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
That's one of the things people always ask us is we make sure no one else is in the house. So when you're going on a graveyard shift tour, you are the only tour in there, which means if you hear footsteps or things bumping or doors closing in a different part of the house, it's not anyone alive.
Nobody is setting it up.
No one is setting it up.
And how many people are in a tour?
Usually 14.
14. So you keep it
Yes.
not 13. Interesting.
Ooh, maybe we should. That's a good idea.
I was like, 13 would be, but it's your tour. Interesting. That sounds so great. Well, I'm going to put the information right here, guys. So I hope you check it out. And how long do these tours go till?
We actually do them throughout the year.
Oh, throughout the year.
but they're every weekend pretty much in October.
In October.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so great. And do you have how many tours? You said every weekend, so that would be Saturday and Sunday.
Friday night too,
Friday night,
Yep.
Saturday night, Sunday night.
not Sunday.
Not Sunday. Okay, Friday night, Saturday night.
Yes.
And throughout the month of October. So, yeah, that's a short window, guys. You might want to check that out. But then they can see about other ones throughout the year if they don't have a chance in October.
Yeah,
So,
because it's something to be discussed year round. We don't want
Yes.
to just limit it to October.
you know, that's what I tell people. Ghosts, one, they do not act on cue, and they don't appear on cue, and they're around year round.
Exactly.
Just like witches. We're not
And during
only
the
around-
day.
And during the day.
You've had experiences of people saying, "Oh, well, you must only have experiences at night." No, like no, we've seen things, we've heard things in the middle of the day. So
That is so great.
yeah.
Has anyone ever thought to write the experiences of the house down?
Yes. So we have a fantastic writer named Steve Courtney, who's also a Twain scholar. And he wrote a book called They Will Be With Us Always, which is part of a Mark Twain quote. And he talks about the history of the family and their connection, the tragedies in the family, the spiritualism, kind of spookiness in his writing.
Oh, yes.
And experiences that people have had. So he wrote a little book about that that we had in the store. So
It's
people can read
available
more.
at
Yes.
the book or the little gift shop at the store. Okay,
Yes.
great.
can learn
That's
more.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you, Mallory. I'm so excited to have had you here.
Thank you for having
and
me.
I hope my viewers enjoy tonight. This has just been great. I thank you so much, Mallory
you.
Howard from the Mark Twain House and Museum. Everyone, give her a hand. Thank you so much.
for having me.
Thank you so much. That was our October episode. I hope you have a happy Halloween. And don't be a Grinch. Give some candy to the kids. Is it your dream to be on television, to have your own TV show? So how do you do it? Contact the public access television station in your town and they will help you make your dream come true. Get some friends together, have a concept, and they'll help you make it a reality. I want to thank everyone on the crew and at CVC. Let's keep focusing on peace in the Middle East and Slava Ukraini. Thank you.